Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to me. And I mean really listen. Because today we're talking about the foundation of your success, the cornerstone of your destiny, your thoughts. See, your mind is either working for you or against you, shaping your future before you even take a step. If you don't control your thoughts, they will control you. And if you're not intentional about what you think, you will live a life that is not your own. So let's break it down, because today, right now, we take control. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every single thing you do, every decision you make, every battle you win or lose, it all starts up here in your mind. Your thoughts are the foundation of your future. They can build you up or they can break you down. They can be your wings or they can be your chains. What you think, you become. If you fill your mind with doubt, fear, and excuses, you are setting yourself up for failure before you even start. You ever seen someone who just walks through life defeated? They talk about what they can't do, what's impossible, why things won't work out. They don't even realize they've already lost. They let their mind betray them before they even try. But then there are those who think differently. The ones who plant seeds of discipline, confidence, and purpose. The ones who believe, truly believe, that they are capable of something greater. They don't wait for the world to tell them who they are. They tell the world, and the world listens. Think about the greatest minds, the greatest leaders, the greatest achievers in history. Do you think they got there by accident? No, it started with a single thought. A thought that said, I can, I will, I must. They saw the vision before anyone else did. They believed in themselves even when no one else did. And they worked relentlessly to turn that belief into reality. Your mind is a battlefield, and the war is between the voice that says you can't and the voice that says you must. Which one are you feeding? Which one are you listening to? Because that voice will dictate the path of your life. If you let negativity take root, if you let fear guide your decisions, you will stay exactly where you are, stuck. But if you dare to think differently, if you dare to believe in yourself, if you dare to silence the doubts and step forward with courage, then nothing can stop you. Not rejection, not failure, not the opinions of others, because once you own your mind, you own your destiny. It's not easy. Greatness never is. It takes discipline to control your thoughts. It takes strength to choose faith over fear. It takes resilience to push forward when everything in you wants to give up. But the moment you take command of your mind, the moment you decide that your thoughts will serve you and not destroy you, that is the moment your life changes forever. So, what are you planting today? What seeds are you putting in your mind? Because one day they will grow, and when they do, they will shape the life you live. Make sure you are planting the right ones. Make sure your thoughts are lifting you up, not pulling you down. Make sure you are speaking life, not death, into your own future. Because what you think, you become. And what you become, that's up to you. Your mind is the control center of your life. Everything you do, everything you become, it all starts here. And yet so many people leave it wide open, unguarded, allowing anything and everything to take up space. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked at night, letting just anyone wander in, sit on your couch and take what they want. So why do you let doubt, fear, and negativity settle in your mind rent-free? Why do you entertain thoughts that work against you, thoughts that weaken you, thoughts that make you question your worth? You have to be vigilant. You have to guard your mind like a fortress. Not everyone gets a key. Not every thought deserves entry. Because if you let poison in, it will spread. It will seep into the cracks of your confidence, erode your drive, and before you know it, you're hesitating when you should be moving forward. You're shrinking when you should be standing tall. You're second-guessing yourself when you should be owning your power. The world will throw enough doubt at you. Don't let it come from within. You must train yourself to recognize what serves you and what weakens you. When negativity knocks, don't answer. When fear whispers in your ear, don't listen. When someone tells you that you can't, that it's impossible, that you're not enough, you don't let that settle in your spirit. You reject it. You refuse to carry it. Because once you allow those words, those thoughts, those lies to take hold, they will grow roots, and pulling them out later will be 10 times harder than stopping them at the door. Feed your mind the right things. Surround yourself with voices that uplift you, with ideas that challenge you to grow, with truths that remind you of who you are. Because your mind will either be your greatest weapon or your biggest weakness. And that choice, that's on you. You weren't put here to live small, to doubt yourself into inaction, to let negativity win. You were put here to build, to rise, to become something greater. But you can't do that if your own mind is working against you. So today, make a choice. Guard your mind, protect your peace, and watch how much stronger, how much clearer, how much more powerful you become. The most dangerous chains are the ones you can't see. The ones wrapped around your mind, keeping you stuck in the same place, telling you the same tired story over and over again. You're not good enough. Success is for someone else. And somewhere along the way, you started believing it. Maybe it was something someone said to you as a child. Maybe it was a failure that shook your confidence. Maybe it was the world around you telling you to stay in your place. But hear me when I say this, that is a lie. A lie meant to keep you small, to keep you controlled, to keep you from becoming everything you were meant to be. And it's time to break free. You see, your mind is powerful, more powerful than you realize. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. If you tell yourself you're not enough, you never will be. But the moment you decide, really decide, that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy, everything changes. Because belief is the foundation of action. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect the world to? If you don't see your own potential, how can you ever step into it? Stop letting your past define you. Stop letting the opinions of others dictate your future. Stop carrying around old failures like they're a life sentence. They're not. They're lessons. Proof that you tried, proof that you learned, proof that you are still standing. The only thing holding you back is the story you keep telling yourself. And if that story is limiting you, rewrite it. Right here, right now. Tell yourself, I am capable. I am strong. I am worthy. Say it again and again until you feel it in your bones, until you know it as truth. Because the moment you believe it, the moment you stop waiting for permission to step into your greatness, you will be unstoppable. There is no secret formula, no magic shortcut. It's just you making a choice to stop settling, a choice to stop doubting, a choice to step up and claim the life you were meant to live. So don't wait for someone to hand you permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The person who needs to believe in you the most is you. And the moment you do, nothing, and I mean nothing, can hold you back. Your mind is the command center of your life. It dictates what you do, how you react, and ultimately what you become. And just like a computer, it runs on programming, patterns, beliefs, habits that have been installed over time. Some of that programming is strong, built on discipline, confidence, and resilience. But for too many people, the code is corrupted, filled with doubt, fear, and hesitation. And if that's the software you're running, then don't be surprised when your life reflects it. But here's the truth. You have the power to rewrite the code. You don't have to accept the limitations that have been placed on you by your past, by society, even by yourself. You can reprogram your mind for success, but it takes work, it takes intention, it takes daily action to break the cycle and install new, empowering beliefs. Start with your words. Every single day, you have to tell yourself who you are and who you are becoming. I am strong. I am capable. I am destined for greatness. Say it. Say it until it doesn't feel strange. Say it until you believe it. Because your brain is always listening, always shaping itself around the thoughts you feed it. And if you've been feeding it doubt for years, you have to counter that with truth, with power, with conviction. Then, feed your mind the right fuel. The books you read, the wisdom you seek, the voices you listen to, they matter. Every word you absorb is either lifting you up or pulling you down. So choose wisely. Learn from those who have walked the path of success, from those who push you to grow, from those who refuse to let you settle. Because if you surround yourself with greatness, it will become a part of you. And just as important as what you put in is what you cut out. The noise, the distractions, the negativity, the people who tell you you can't, the environments that make you doubt yourself, the habits that steal your time and energy. If it's not serving your growth, it has to go. Because you can't afford to let self-doubt take root. You can't afford to let toxic thoughts poison your potential. Rewiring your brain isn't easy. It's not an overnight fix. It's a commitment, a decision to take control of your thoughts, to reshape your mindset, to see yourself as the person you were always meant to be. It takes discipline, it takes faith, but when you do the work, when you take ownership of your mind, everything changes. You start seeing opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start believing in possibilities where you once saw limits. And you start walking in the direction of success, not just hoping for it, but expecting it. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Start today. Rewire your brain. Rewrite your future. Because you can. You will. You must. Look around you. Who do you spend your time with? Who do you let speak into your life? Because whether you realize it or not, the company you keep is shaping you every single day. Their words, their habits, their mindset, it's all rubbing off on you. And if you're not careful, if you're not intentional, you'll find yourself stuck in the same patterns, thinking the same small thoughts, living the same life year after year. You ever notice how successful people don't waste time with negativity? They don't entertain doubt. They don't engage in gossip. They don't surround themselves with people who pull them down. That's no accident. That's strategy, because they understand something most people don't. Mindsets are contagious. If you spend your time around people who complain, guess what? You're going to start complaining too. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, who settle for mediocrity, who find reasons why things won't work instead of why they will, then that thinking will creep into your mind. It'll shape your attitude, and before you know it, you're living the same small life, trapped in the same cycle. But when you surround yourself with people who think big, people who take action, who believe in themselves, who are driven by purpose, that mindset will push you higher. It will challenge you. It will force you to step up, to level up, to see possibilities instead of limitations. Because success isn't just about talent, it's about environment. It's about positioning yourself in places where growth is the only option. So ask yourself, who's in your circle? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you down? Because you cannot afford to be casual about this. Your future depends on it. And let me be clear, I'm not saying you have to cut people off without reason, but you do have to make a choice to prioritize your growth, a choice to be around people who inspire you, who challenge you, who make you better, a choice to protect your mind from negativity, from small thinking, from anything that dims your fire. It's time to be intentional, time to seek out the people who are already where you want to be, time to learn from them, to absorb their wisdom, to elevate your thinking. Because if you want to rise, if you want to step into your greatness, then you need to stand next to people who are already walking that path. So take a good look at your circle. Because your circle is shaping you. Your circle is influencing your mindset, your choices, your future. And if the people around you aren't pushing you higher, then you need to find a new circle. It's simple. If you want more, be around people who expect more. If you want greatness, surround yourself with greatness. Because in the end, success isn't just about what you do. It's about who you do it with. Focus. It's the difference between those who talk about success and those who achieve it. It's the line that separates the people who dream from the people who do. Because your thoughts, they shape your actions. And your actions, they shape your results. If your mind is scattered, your life will be scattered. If your attention is divided, your potential will be divided. You need to lock in. You need to master the art of focus. Too many people let distractions run their lives. They let noise pull them away from their purpose. They waste hours scrolling, watching, waiting, caught up in everyone else's business instead of handling their own. They compare, they hesitate, they chase every shiny object instead of locking in on one thing and going after it with everything they've got. And then they wonder why they're not where they want to be. Success doesn't come to the distracted. It doesn't come to the unfocused. It comes to the ones who can tune out the noise and zone in on their mission. You have to develop tunnel vision. You have to stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Their path is not your path. Their timeline is not your timeline. Stay in your lane and run your race, because the moment you start looking left and right, the moment you start worrying about what's happening on somebody else's track, you slow down on your own. That means discipline. That means setting priorities. That means cutting out anything that pulls you away from your vision. Because focus is not just about what you do, it's about what you don't do. It's about saying no to the distractions, the excuses, the endless cycle of "I'll do it tomorrow." It's about shutting down the voice in your head that tells you to take it easy, to put it off, to wait for the right time. The right time is now. Focus on your mission. Focus on your future. Wake up every day with clarity, knowing exactly what you're working toward, knowing exactly what needs to be done, and then do it. No hesitation, no second guessing, because where focus goes, energy flows. Do it. And if your energy is spread thin, if you're chasing 10 different things at once, trying to please everybody, trying to be everywhere all at once, then you'll never have the power to break through. So ask yourself, what do I want? Not what looks good, not what's trending, not what other people expect from you. What do you truly want? And once you answer that, once you get clear on that vision, commit to it, guard it, protect it. Because focus is not just about seeing the goal. It's about refusing to look away until you reach it. Lock in, tune out the distractions, stay relentless, stay disciplined. Because the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the ability to focus long enough to make them real. What you say to yourself matters. The words you repeat in your mind, the thoughts you allow to take root, they shape your reality. They determine how you show up in the world. You can have all the talent, all the potential, all the opportunities in the world, but if the voice in your head is tearing you down, you will never rise. Some of you have been speaking defeat over yourselves for years, telling yourself you're not good enough, telling yourself you're not smart enough, not strong enough, not worthy of success. And guess what? Your mind listens. It believes what you tell it. If you keep feeding it doubt, fear, and negativity, it will take that as truth. And that truth will reflect in your actions, in your confidence, in the way you move through life. But the good news? You can change the narrative. You can rewrite the story. You don't have to be trapped by those old words, those old beliefs. It starts with a decision to speak life over yourself, to declare victory even when you don't see it yet, to remind yourself every single day that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are unstoppable. Think about this. If someone spoke to your loved ones the way you speak to yourself, would you tolerate it? If someone told your child, your brother, your sister that they weren't good enough, would you just stand there and let it happen? No, you'd fight for them, you'd lift them up. So why aren't you fighting for yourself the same way? Why aren't you lifting yourself up? It's time to change your language. Stop speaking failure over your life. Stop reinforcing your limitations. Stop agreeing with the voices that tell you it can't be done. From this moment forward, your words need to build you up, not break you down. Every morning, look in the mirror and speak power. Say, I am strong, I am capable, I am built for this. Say it even when you don't feel it. Say it until you believe it, because your mind will catch up. And it's not just about saying it, it's about owning it. When you declare something with confidence, when you walk with belief, when you speak your vision into existence, the world starts to respond. Opportunities open up, strength rises within you. You begin to move differently, act differently, think differently. Words have power, so choose yours wisely. Speak life, not defeat. Speak power, not weakness. Speak victory, not failure. Because the moment you start speaking to yourself like a winner, you start becoming one. Everything you want in life, every dream, every goal, every breakthrough, it starts in your mind before it ever becomes real. If you can't see it, if you can't believe it, if you can't feel it deep in your soul before it happens, then it never will. Because the world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you expect. Think about it. Every great achievement in history started as a vision in someone's mind. The tallest buildings, the fastest cars, the greatest works of art, all of it began as an idea. Someone saw it before it existed. Someone believed in it before anyone else could. And that's the difference between people who succeed and people who settle. The successful don't wait for proof. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for the world to validate their dream. They see it first. They believe it before there's any evidence. You have to see yourself winning. You have to see yourself breaking through. You have to see yourself walking into that office with confidence, signing that deal, standing on that stage, holding that trophy, making that impact. You have to feel it before it happens. Because when you do, something shifts. The way you walk changes. The way you speak changes. The way you carry yourself changes. You stop hoping and you start expecting. You stop wishing and you start knowing. But too many people do the opposite. They let doubt cloud their vision. They let fear dictate what they believe is possible. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. No, you'll see it when you believe it. Your mind is the blueprint and your actions follow. If your mind is filled with uncertainty, hesitation, negativity, that's exactly what you'll manifest. But if your mind is locked in, if it's already living in that future, already stepping into that success, then everything you do will align with that vision. Champions don't wait for the scoreboard to tell them they've won. They step onto the field knowing they're going to win. And that belief fuels every move they make. That's the mindset you need. You need to wake up every day with that vision so clear, so strong that there is no other option but success. Because when you truly believe in something, when you see it so clearly in your mind, the universe starts moving things into place. Doors open, opportunities come, the right people show up. So close your eyes and see it. See yourself living the life you want. See yourself overcoming every obstacle. See yourself standing tall, victorious, fulfilled, and then move like it's already yours. Speak like it's already done. Walk like you belong in that vision. Because if you can see it before you have it, you'll one day wake up and realize you do have it. You can have the biggest dreams in the world. You can see it clearly in your mind, feel it in your soul, know it deep down that you were meant for more. But if you don't take action, if you don't move, then all that belief, all that vision, all that hope will amount to nothing, because success doesn't come to the ones who sit still. It comes to the ones who go get it. Too many people spend their lives stuck in their heads, thinking, wishing, planning. They tell themselves, one day, I'll do it, when the time is right, when I feel ready, when I have everything figured out. But that's a trap, because the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. The conditions will never be perfect. And if you keep waiting for that magical moment, you will wake up years from now in the same place with the same dreams, wondering where all the time went. You don't need more time. You don't need more reassurance. You don't need more excuses. What you need is action. A vision without execution is just a dream. And dreams don't come true without work. Hard work. Consistent work. You have to move. You have to put in the effort, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching, even when there's no guarantee of success. Because success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who create. Think about a builder. He can have the most beautiful blueprint for a house, the most detailed design, the perfect vision in his mind, but if he never picks up a hammer, that house will never exist. It stays an idea. And too many people live their lives that way, full of ideas, full of potential, full of dreams, but never building. Stop waiting. Start building. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to take the first step. And once you do, momentum takes over. Because action fuels belief. Every time you take a step, every time you push forward, every time you do instead of just think, you prove to yourself that you can. That's how confidence is built. That's how success is created, not by sitting still, but by moving. And here's the truth. It won't always be easy. You will get tired. You will face obstacles. You will have moments where you wonder if it's worth it. But when that happens, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that nothing great was ever achieved by standing still. That every person who ever made something of themselves had to move before they had it all figured out. So get up, get moving, take that step. Because action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And the only way to cross it is to walk. Success is not an event. It's not something that happens to you in one grand moment. It's a process, a daily battle, a commitment you make every single day. You don't just wake up one morning, think a few positive thoughts, and expect your entire life to change. That's not how it works. You have to show up. You have to put in the work. You have to commit again and again, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on around you. Because discipline beats motivation every time. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when doubt creeps in, days when you wonder if it's all worth it. But let me tell you something. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. And if your habits are weak, if your discipline is shaky, if you only show up when it's convenient, then your results will reflect that. You want greatness? Then be consistent. Every single day, you have a choice to control your thoughts, to focus on what matters, to push forward even when it's hard. Because if you don't control your mind, something else will. If you don't feed it with wisdom, with knowledge, with belief, the world will fill it with doubt, with fear, with distractions. The news, the negativity, the people telling you what you can't do, that will take over if you let it. And once negativity takes root, it's hard to shake off. But when you master your mind, you master your future. When you train yourself to block out the noise, to reject the excuses, to push past the fear, you become unstoppable. Because it's not about what happens to you, it's about what happens inside you. And that is something you control. People will look at you and wonder how you do it. They'll ask, what's your secret? And the secret is simple. You didn't quit. You didn't wait for the perfect moment. You didn't let your feelings dictate your actions. You made the choice every single day to stay committed. That's what separates the best from the rest. Not talent, not luck, not circumstances, commitment. The willingness to keep going, to keep believing, to keep pushing day after day, month after month, year after year. So make the decision today, right now. Decide that you're not just going to try, you're going to commit. No more half measures, no more waiting, no more letting life happen to you. You take control, you show up, you do the work, and you do it every single day. Because when you commit to the process, when you take charge of your mind, when you refuse to let anything knock you off course, there is nothing that can stop you. Your future is yours to shape. Your destiny is yours to claim. And the only limits you have are the ones you refuse to break. Now, I need you to make a decision right here, right now. Are you going to let life happen to you, or are you going to take control? Are you going to let your thoughts defeat you, or are you going to shape them, mold them, turn them into fuel? Because your future isn't written yet, it's waiting. And it all starts with what's in your mind. So make the choice, take control, and go build the life you were meant to live. Let's get to work.